Hi guys, it's gonna be my first video on this channel. Bear with me with the audio because there's a microphone that should be coming in, but I also have a little cheat sheet of what I'm going to say in this walk around. But for today, we're gonna be looking at a 2014 BMW 335i, the sedan. Well, yeah, it has to be sedan because the 4 Series is the coupe version. But let's take a little walk around of the car. I think these wheels are like the 20-inch wheels, I'm not sure. But it has like the sport package. Let's look around, look around. Okay, one of the points that I'm gonna talk about is the design. I feel like this design, this generation is one of my favorites because I just feel like it doesn't look compact. Even though it's a compact sedan that BMW makes, it doesn't look squished like the C-Class. Like the C-Class looks like a squished version of the S. But this car, it looks pretty long in my opinion. And even when compared with the newest generation, the G80, that just came out a couple years or a couple months back, I feel like the back end of the G80, it looks more shrunken because the the ducktail spoiler is so dramatic. It makes the car look pushed back. For example, if you take a look at the current Supra, it also has a dramatic ducktail spoiler and it makes that car look squished. Another point that I like about this car is the door closing sound. So let's take a look, or let's take a listen. Look. Okay, let me do it on the other door. Let me do this rear door. See if there's a difference. I just love the BMW closing sound. I feel like they do a very good job. Someone in their department knows what they're doing. A third point is it would have been the sound of the exhaust, but I'm not gonna rev the engine right now. I don't want to look like an a-hole. I'm gonna do that later. And the fourth thing about this car in particular is that it's a manual. So if you look back here, it says learning how to drive stick shift. Okay, let me show you inside what the stick actually looks like. It's not wearing that well, so I have to put a sock on it, but this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like. Okay, let me cover it back up. Okay, I'm done with the covering up. So the next point would be, oh, okay, this is pretty weird if you think about it. It's the smell. I actually like the smell of this car. I don't know if it's this car in particular, but it has like crayon smell to it. In my opinion, it's a plus because say for instance, you're going out with your friends or you just need to pick up some food and then you bring it home and then you notice even after you take the food out of the car, it has like that slight lingering smell of the food. A lot of cars, or other cars that I've been in, their smells are not as strong, so I can still smell the food. But in this car, they put some, I did some research, I don't know if this is correct, but something to do with the sound deadening of the car. Whenever it sits out in the sun, it releases that odor. I don't really mind. I don't know if it's good for you, but I don't mind. Another point with this car would be, this is BMW in general. So whenever, say for instance, you unlock your car or you open a door, the 12-volt power outlets, they turn on with the car. Like the car doesn't actually be on, doesn't have to be on. You just need to open one of the doors or unlock the car and the 12 volts turn on. And a pro with that is if you have dash cams like I do, like the one in the front and the back, if you have dash cams, say you leave the car, you turn off the car, it will still be running, I think, for about 10 to 15 minutes. And I think that's a pro because in 10 to 15 minutes, someone could hit your car in an accident. You don't know what's gonna happen. So I view that as a plus. Another feature or thing that I like about this car is the kick to open trunk. So let's go. I had problems trying to figure this out, but I think since driving this car more frequently, I know where the sensors are located. So look, let's see if it works. So the key's in my pocket and just see, look, the lights turn. Woo, okay, see, it works. First try. And that's the trunk. It's pretty roomy. Jumper cables. Oh yeah, and I like how this car, it has the 60, wait, is that 60? 40 20 40. Okay, 40 20 40 split. And I like how the levers are right here. It's pretty nice handled too. They designed it pretty, I don't know, it's aesthetic. And I like how there's a little place for you to grab, because some cars there's not a place for you to grab, so then you'd be grabbing the outside. Let's just close that. Hopefully I could blur that out. I don't know if I can. But the next thing is you could close the windows from the outside of the car. Okay, so let me roll down the windows for a second. Just give me a second. Press the unlock switch. Let me see. Okay. See if I can unlock the car. I don't know if I can. Why isn't it not going? Why is it not going? Okay, oh yeah, there you go. It's going down. There you go. Oh yeah, the sunroof is opening too. Okay. I'm just let go. So say for instance, because I know people are gonna be in the comments saying how there's other cars that could do this, but the thing is, a lot of them you had to put the mechanical key in the hole, and I feel like that's an inconvenience, because say you got the key in your pocket, you had to fumble around for the key now. But then I noticed on BMWs, I don't know if any manufacturer does this, but on BMWs you just click the ridge portion to lock it, and you just keep holding and everything just closes. It's more convenient. Ta-da! See, look, it's all done. Okay, let's go on to things I do not. Okay, there's actually more things I could talk about, but I feel like this video will be really long. Maybe I'll consider making a second video of what I like, but for now we're gonna go on to things I don't like. So, oh yeah, so for this car, it didn't come with the upgraded iDrive, so it has like the smaller screen. And with that, to play music, unfortunately, you had to put it through the aux. And the aux in this car, it doesn't work that well, because sometimes you have to have like an aux that's good, because if not, we tried so many different wires, but we finally got a good wire. But even if sometimes the aux doesn't make contact with the hole in the car, and you can't really take advantage of the sound system, because the sound system, this has the Harman Kardon upgraded sound system, and I think it sounds really good. But with that, I feel like if it had the upgraded iDrive where I could just connect it via Bluetooth, it would just be way better. And next thing that I don't like about this car is the melting rubber and plastics. So let me show you. It's worse on the driver's door handle, because that's the side that gets in and out the most often. Okay, so just my water bottle is right there. I don't know if you can see that. See, it's like melting, and then it's not pretty if you touch it, because it gets on your stuff if you touch anything else. Oh yeah, the melting rubber and plastic, so that, yeah. And then the switches in this section, the media section, radio, they're kind of rubberized. If you have nails, I noticed your nails, since the rubber, it heats up, it's more malleable and soft. So I noticed your fingernails, it could chip off the material. You see that? That's that. And then this, at night, you can see it's cracked. This button is cracked a little bit. So with this, you can see like it's peeling. Not really now, but if it's on, let me see if I can turn it on. You can't, but it's kind of, you can see how it's starting to peel if you look really, really closely. And then the leather on the steering wheel, the reason why I have a steering wheel cover, not only is it because it's comfortable, but it's mainly for aesthetic reasons. If you look at it, you see, look at that beautiful crusting of the leather. You can't really see it because of the sun. Actually, that's a plus, because you guys wouldn't want to see it. But it's crusting and peeling away right there. It's not pretty. So we just cover it up with this. And then the stick shift, the the gear selector, it's getting a little chipped and not that great looking, so that's why we have this sock. So let me cover that back up. Okay, let's go. The next thing that I don't like about this car, actually let me go sit in the back because it might have better sound quality. Maybe I'll talk about another point that I just thought about. I don't know if you guys think this is a pro or a con, but with the smart key, I noticed every single time you put your door in the handle, this thing freaking unlocks every single time. Look. Wait, you see that? You see that? It's like moving. I think that's a con because with cars being so advanced and the electrical components, I feel like since it actuates every single time, it just weakens the component. Then over time, you're just gonna have to replace it. Because I noticed on other cars, like my parents' Lexus, when you unlock the car, it doesn't matter if you touch the door handle again. It stays unlocked. It doesn't tell the car, oh, unlock again for the person that's trying to open the door. Like, it doesn't register. Okay, so going on with the point that I was actually gonna make is the AC. The AC in this car is fairly weak. I put it on 1 just because the noise levels, but even on 1, it's not really powerful. Because in an average car, whenever you're setting it on 1, this car, okay, so in a normal car, you would put it on one fan speed, the lowest setting. But then in this car, to match that, you have to put it on 2 or 3, which I think it's not that big of a deal. It's just, it's louder. And I have this thought in my head that German cars, you guys might get mad, but German cars, you don't know, they might break. They're not as reliable as their Japanese counterparts. So that's why I try to make sure the components in this car aren't stressing out, because I don't want anything to break. Okay, the next point is the creaks in the door pin. So I noticed whenever you're driving, or whenever I'm driving, there's creaks and rattles in this car, and my brother said it came from the audio system, which I then became disappointed because that's such an expensive thing in this car, and I was like, I just hope that wasn't the case. But I think I figured it out. So it comes from the door locking pin, so it rattles whenever you're driving on uneven pavement. This thing starts rattling. You hear it? It gets kind of annoying. And also the steering wheel column, the plastic cover, it creaks. But even with those two things, I don't find it as annoying because 1, the music is playing fairly loud, so it can mute that out. Or 2, I just ignore those sounds and pretend they're not there. So it's actually not that big of a deal. Okay, let's go outside and take a look, a last final look of this car, and then we'll end the video here. This is the walk around of the 2014 BMW 335i. And if I were to rate this car, I'd rate it a 7.5 out of 10. The reason why it doesn't get a higher, I feel like convenience wise is the reason. If this car had the upgraded iDrive where I could just pair my phone by Bluetooth, I'd give it an 8 out of 10. Other than that, thank you guys for watching this video, and hopefully you guys consider So with that being said, the 3 Series is a beautiful sedan that has a lot to offer, but the only downfalls with this car is what I mentioned in the things that I didn't like. And on a scale of 1 to 10, if I would to rate it, I'd rate it a 7.5 out of 10. It'd be an 8 if it had the additional iDrive upgrade package, but this one doesn't. Other than that, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys tune in for the next one. Bye.